just speaking to Democrats in that arena, you're really speaking to the country.
You were one of the main proponents of criminal justice reform.
Thank you for that.
You were supporting, the release of low-level drug offenders, people who are non-violent. But it was interesting because now you have come up against the anecdotal, which is still an emotional connection that people have. I think it was Tom Cotton who came out and said, look at this low-level drug offender who was released from prison and then went and killed, his ex-girlfriend and children. How do you work with that? How do you engage with someone in a conversation where you go, I don't dismiss what you are saying, but this cannot be the only message that we use when trying to move forward. How do you think you will move that conversation forward?
So two things. First, you don't fall into the Donald Trump trap. To be strong, you don't have to be mean. To be tough, you don't have to be cruel. You look at your opponent on the other side of the aisle, and you work with, I'm either going to work with you or I'm going to build a coalition so strong that we're going to get this done. And what's going on in America right now is so contrary to who we say we are, the land of the free. We are a nation with 5% of the globe's population, but 1 in every 4 incarcerated persons on the planet Earth are in our nation. And disproportionately for drug crimes, remember, we have more people incarcerated for drugs in America now than just about all the people incarcerated in 1975. This drug war has been a brutal explosion of our 500% increase in our prison population. And the people we're incarcerating, at college, at Stanford, people were breaking drug laws all the time. Whites and blacks break drug laws equally, but blacks are about 3.7 times more likely to be arrested for it. The people in our jail for these crimes are poor folks, mentally ill folks, drug-addicted folks, and disproportionately brown folks. And so when you have people being arrested today for doing things that the last 2 presidents admitted to doing, and very serious. Read about President Obama's books. Yeah. It wasn't just marijuana. This was felony crimes he admitted to. George Bush, whole lot of felony crimes going on there. And yet, when I was growing, my parents had to fight a court case to be the first black family in an integrated town. I watched my peers break drug laws, but nobody was stopping and frisking folks coming home. Nobody was raiding their homes. It's a very different justice system that you experience in America if you're poor, and often cases if you're a minority. And that belies the truth of what, when I walk down the steps of the Capitol and I look at the Supreme Court building, written on the side of the wall is one thing, staring at all Americans passing by: equal justice under law. And until we reach that idea, we must fight. And what scares me about this is the most perverted type of privilege is that when there's a serious problem, but it doesn't affect you personally, then to you it's not really a serious problem. This is a serious problem that should motivate all Americans to want to change it.